What's going on, movie lovers? This is Til The Last Credit, and today we're going to be doing our regular podcast, and we've got a ton of news today, so let's jump right into everything. I am, of course, your host, Dylan, and I'm here with my series regulars, with our series regulars, whatever I'm supposed to say there. Darren, how are you doing, Darren?
I'm doing good.
I'm very happy that you're doing good, Darren. How's your life been, Darren? Are you laughing at me?
Yes, I am.
Miller, how was your day?
It's fine.
Okay, he saw Passengers, so that's why he sounds so depressed.
Wasn't that
Will, how have you been?
I've been okay. My day was pretty traumatic.
Okay. Tisha, you ready to talk about some stuff?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Very long day, though.
Amazing. Now let's jump on into the news. A couple of days ago, a couple of pictures from a photo shoot. They're not actual images from the Defenders. They're just
Production stills, or promotional stills.
Well, promotional stills,
Yeah, it looks like they're from the CW.
Of them all in costume, and a couple of these were released. They should be on the screen right now, hopefully. So, Darren, what do you think of these promotional photos?
I don't like them at all.
Okay.
I don't like any of them. I like the one with Public Enemies, and they scratched out with Defenders, but other than that, like they look like what Miller said. They look like they're from Riverdale. That new Archie show coming up. So, but the actual stuff from the show, they did release some stills from the show. Those look cool because you get to see Misty Knight. You get to see Misty Knight and Jessica Jones are apparently going to have a back and forth. You get to see Luke Cage in jail. You get to see Jessica Wynn. I think that's actually the actress's name, but she's going to be in Iron Fist. You see Danny Rand, and we finally get her look at what's her face, at the villain, the main, Weaver. Yes, Sigourney Weaver, and everything that they said about the show so far really excites me. What really excited me that they made sure to look at the writers' board and say those two characters haven't had an interaction yet, so let's make sure they have an interaction. So we're going to get an interaction from Danny and Matt. We're going to get an interaction from Matt and Dan. Oh, I just said that. We're going to get an interaction from like Matt and Jessica, so everyone's going to get to play with each other, and we're going to get to see
each other. That sounds weird.
Well, there's going to be a very weird set to the Defenders. I'm joking, but yeah, everyone's going to get to interact with each other. So I'm really excited. I'm fucking excited for the show. I really am. But it's just those images really didn't sell me.
Okay then. Miller, you excited for the Defenders?
Kind of. I mean, yeah. I'm not like crazy excited, but I'll watch it, and sure, it'll probably be good. Yeah, I agree with Darren. What?
Oh, I was just gonna ask you what you thought of the pictures, but you said you agreed with Darren, so never mind.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't really have much to say. So that's it.
Tisha, you saw them, right?
Yeah, they kind of look like the Once Upon a Time photos when they do promos, where it just looks like everybody was kind of copy and pasted into the photo and aren't actually like together. It's very disjointed as a group. Like you think of a group, you would think of like togetherness, but no, they all just kind of seem like they're doing their own thing and like they're not even in the same room for the photos. So that's just my opinion, and I hate when people do that. Like, even if they're in the same room and they're like, posing for whatever reason in the way that they are, like it's so disjointed that it looks like what Once Upon a Time does now, just copy and paste from another photo shoot that person had done and put it into the promo photos, and I hate that look. But it's interesting though, and they all look good. They all look like their characters, and I think it could be interesting, but I do agree that it does look like something from like Riverdale or Once Upon a Time or something like that. And don't get me started on Riverdale. Oh my gosh. But And that's just my opinion on those.
Okay, Will, what did you think?
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much agree with the rest of the table here. It's, I mean, when I saw them, they reminded me very much of the photo shoot that Greg Berlanti did with Grant Gustin and Melissa Benoist. And yeah, it's very network television-ish. Nothing really special, nothing that really stands out. It was just the four characters, hanging out. And I mean, that's fine, but yeah, I mean, I agree with everyone else.
Yeah.
Well, fuck you guys. I fucking love them. Fucking cover of
course.
Fine, yeah.
The cover of that Entertainment Weekly magazine is actually my wallpaper. I fucking love all of them. It looks cool. It looks vibrant. I know the show's not going to be like that, but I think it's cool for fucking Entertainment Weekly magazine. And I don't know. I really like them, but whatever.
I don't like the pictures, but I like what they explained about the show. Like, that excites me. I like even what Tisha said. This is every team up really in superhero fandom is a reluctant team up in a way, but this is a reluctant team up because the showrunner said, like, by the end of all of this, they will still be like, fuck you. Like, I don't want to ever see your face again.
Yeah.
And I really like that dynamic, that they're just teaming up just to make sure the city's safe, and then they're just going to be like, see you later, I don't want to see you again. So I really like that dynamic, and also we're finally going to get to see the heroes for hire. We're going to see, because my favorite thing about the Defenders is, and about the Netflix shows in general, this is the midway point where we can pick up from everybody's season finales, because everyone had a rough season finale. Luke Cage went to jail. Matt's still dealing with Elektra's death. Yeah, and then Danny Rand, he's I don't know what happened to Danny Rand yet, but yeah. So I'm just really excited for us to all pick up where we left off and just get into the show. I'm kind of worried about Sigourney Weaver's villain, because I'm just tired of, like, the villain from Iron Fist. I saw some clips at New York Comic Con. He's pretty much same old. And I'm just afraid that Sigourney Weaver is going to be another businesswoman. But I'm still excited for the show.
Okay, well, we'll go ahead and move on. Next up, the Aquaman writer has teased a fun direction for the DCU following Justice League.
What a surprise.
He said, and I what?
Nothing, go ahead.
Oh, surprise,
Yeah.
surprise. Oh, yeah. He said, and I quote, "It's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun." What we've come up with, and James Wan especially, he has a really clear idea of the tone he's going to have, and I think Aquaman is the one that's going to blow people's minds, not just visually, but I think the story and the scope of it is really great. So, DCU's taking a fun direction. The Rock said this. The Aquaman writer is now saying this. Chris Terrio said this. Everyone from fucking DC is saying that they're taking a fun direction. Miller, what do you think about this fun direction that they're trying to take?
It's fine if they can make it feel natural. I'm just tired of people saying it's going to be fun. Like, okay, yeah, you get it. You weren't going to change the direction of your universe unless people complained about the tone of Batman vs. Superman, even though that was the least. Not exactly the fault of that movie, but yeah, it's just like, it's the same old bullshit. I mean, whether it will actually matter with this mess of the universe, we'll actually have to wait and see if Aquaman even happens or if it just implodes on everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Will, what do you think? Do you agree with the fun tone that they're going with, or do you think they should stay with the dark tones? I know you love Batman v Superman and Man of Steel.
I am not at all excited for the Marvelization of the DCEU.
You don't know it's going to be like, well,
People are going to sit there and say, "Oh, they're not trying to be like Marvel." No, that's exactly what they're trying to do, because Batman vs. Superman, and to an extent Man of Steel, but mostly Batman vs. Superman got the criticism that it wasn't like Marvel. Like, those words were specifically said. It wasn't fun. It wasn't, quote-unquote, like Marvel. It doesn't have to be like Marvel. It's allowed to be its own thing. It should be allowed to be its own thing. And I think a drastic shift in tone is gonna be jarring. And who knows? Maybe it'll work. Maybe they'll do it right. But I don't want to see it become, quippy, where you have to put these, because Marvel's in that rut now where they have to put this silliness in there. there was so much of that in Doctor Strange that just didn't need to be there. It didn't really fit. It felt forced. I don't want to see that for DC. But it looks like we have no choice, and that's what we're getting. So we'll see how it comes out.
Okay. Darren, what do you think of the Aquaman writer's comments?
Aquaman is honestly going to be one of my most anticipated films of the DCU, mostly because of James Wan. Look, these comments are nothing fucking new. We've been hearing this for the last 2 years, or a year, whatever, of, it's gonna be fun, it's gonna be lighter, because, that was the problem with Batman v Superman. It wasn't. The tone of Batman v Superman fit the story because two superheroes are fighting each other, and, that's the tone, and they're both kind of going through very dark places in their lives. But, yeah, I don't mind it being lighter. I like the whole entire, because growing up, that was the DC universe. Hope, optimism, fun. That's just what it was. They're bringing that back for if you've been keeping up with Rebirth, they're bringing that back. Is every single character going to be a quippy, fun character? No, because that's not who they are. Batman's not going to be making. Look, Batman. If you've read a comic book, Batman can make a quip or two, but he's not going to be. He's not Tony Stark. It's fine if they want to take the direction into a lighter version, because even what Chris Terrio said months before Batman v Superman came out, Batman v Superman is The Empire Strikes Back. We're going into Return of the Jedi territory where it's a little bit more lighter. They're getting over that hump of everything's dreary and dark. I don't need every single movie with heroes looking down in the rain like, why am I super? Like, I'm tired of that kind of crisis. I would like to have some fun, but, also have a bit of balance. And I'm glad with this, the Aquaman writer, he brought up something that few other people did. Like when they released the Justice League press release, when they did the set tour, they were just like, all they were talking about is fucking fun and shit. But the Aquaman writer actually said story. He was just like, he was actually talking about the story and the scope of it all. We know Aquaman's going to be more of like Raiders of the Lost Ark, with Queen Mara and Aquaman. So I'm really looking forward to this movie, because I think James Wan can do something really special, and I like these his comments, because it is. I don't mind it going into a little bit of a broader direction if that fits the movie that they're making and the character that they're making, because I think Aquaman can be a little fun. Then sure, why not?
Okay, Tisha, are you a fan of the dark tone, or are you more a fan of the lighter tone?
I've said this before, and I'll say it again. We've already tried doing a lighter tone with DC. It doesn't work. We've already seen how it doesn't work, because we got Batman Forever and Batman and Robin.
You do it different ways than Batman and Robin.
But I'm just saying, we've done this before.
If you want to use an example, use something like Suicide Squad. That's a much better example.
And Suicide Squad, but I'm just telling you, like, the examples that pertain to, like, Batman, or, like, the extreme of it, yeah, like, we've had those extremes of, this does not work. Yes, you can have a little bit of fun with your movies, but you shouldn't be like, oh, we've got to do it lighthearted because Marvel's doing it lighthearted. It doesn't work like that. I think people are too picky. People go in because Marvel came in and said, we're going to make everything lighthearted. Everything has to be a joke. We're going to have to try too hard to make everything a joke. My opinion on, like, DC having to be funny and lighthearted. But it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't. It's been funny and DC isn't a unnecessarily dark universe. Technically, Marvel's always been the darker universe, comic book wise, because Marvel's the world outside of your window. DC is a fictional cities. You had the Justice League Society of America.
Marvel has fictional cities too. Metropolis.
That's DC.
It's DC.
Wait. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. No, but you still have, like, Spider-Man making quips and
that's who
and Iron Man. So it's not like always dark and everything. No, it's always goofy, but in the real world. So you can imagine that it's like happening outside your window.
Always goofy.
Yeah.
There's like DC isn't always dark.
Yeah, because that's the thing. That's the thing that DC. I think DC's. If they taking
always goofy.
If they are,
we spent way too much.
Yeah, but let's go ahead.
Time on the subject, so we're moving on.
All right.
Okay. Next, Robbie Amell is going to be returning to the Flash in season 3. There's no details on it yet. but it will be in the second half of season 3. Will, what do you think of this?
I'm curious. I'm definitely interested. I loved Robbie Amell. I really love the Firestorm character. I wish that he had gotten to do more with it before they shuffled him off to replace him with Firestorm 2.0. So yeah, I'd be really interested to see how they bring him back and what capacity they bring him back. And even though he's going to be on The Flash, it would be interesting to see if maybe we can get a Jefferson Jackson crossover and see both Firestorms play off of each other. That would be interesting. So, not saying that will happen, but it would be interesting.
Okay, well, Tisha, what do you think? Do you watch The Flash?
I do watch The Flash.
Yeah. So what do you think of Robbie Amell returning?
I don't know. I need to catch up on it. But I did know that he was going to be returning. I think that, you know, I'm not a huge fan of Firestorm, maybe because I don't read the comics, but you know, I think he's kind of blah in the show, maybe because they got Grant Gustin chewing up the scenery. But you know, I with it being this, I don't know if they fixed the timeline or anything, but with this being a different timeline, as far as I remember, then I think it could be interesting to see what happens. I don't like the character that much. I like Victor Garber. I like him. I want him to come back. Can we have him back?
Well, you get to see him every week on Legends.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't seen that one yet. I guess I'll have to go watch that.
You would have to watch Legends.
Okay, Darren, what do you think of Robbie Amell coming back?
I mean, it's about time, right? I mean, the way they've treated Robbie Amell in The Flash, I think one of the writers hates him. Because, like, it's just... he blew up a wormhole. He shows up as a Deathstorm or whatever. He gets killed by Zoom. It's just... They like... He's like Leonardo DiCaprio. Someone just likes watching him die. But, yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I agree with Will. I really would love to see a crossover between... Because I really like Jax. Like, Jax, watching Legends of Tomorrow, the first season, he really grew on me. I really like that character. And I would love to see... And his chemistry with Victor Garber is great. So I would love to see Robbie Amell and Jax team up. But it's just I don't know how... Would they, like, share Professor Stein? Like, that would be kind of interesting. Or, like, would they... Like, yeah, it's like, would they all three combine into some weird...
sounds so gross. They, like, share Professor Stein?
Or, like, would they, like, combine in some weird albino firestorms or some shit? I don't know, but
hopefully,
yeah. I mean, but I'm looking forward to him coming back whenever. I just hope it might just be a flashback. We don't know how he's coming back, but I would like to see him come back in full force.
Okay, Miller, what do you think?
It's cool. It's not really. I expected them to do it at some point. I'm kind of surprised it took them this long, but I like Robbie Amell, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with him and him being back on the show.
Okay. Yeah, I'm whatever. Like he's died like 3 times now, 3 times, something like that now, and he's the Sarah of the Flash. But I liked him much more than I did Jax, but he probably won't be Firestorm again. It'll probably just be like a flashback or some kind of vision of Caitlyn's. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see later in season 3. Anyways, we'll move on. Oh god, this is gonna be a fun topic. Green Lantern Corps. Green Lantern. Is it Corpse or Core? I've heard 2 different pronunciations.
It's Core. If somebody is saying Corpse, they're saying it wrong.
It's definitely Core.
Okay, no. Well,
it says Corpse. The official title of the film is Corpse.
Yeah.
CORPS is pronounced Core.
Yeah.
Like Marine Corps.
Okay, calm your tits.
Oh.
Okay, anyways.
It's a movie that won't happen.
Green Lantern Corps has found its writers in Justin Rhodes and David S. Goyer. Oh, fuck no. That's what Darren wrote in the thing. Yeah, the David S. Goyer, writer of Man of Steel, and he wrote the story. He wrote Batman v Superman before Chris Terrio had to come in and fix everything. And
Well, I didn't fix everything.
he fixed some. He fixed. I don't know. I haven't seen the original script. Anyways,
I want to read that script.
so yeah, a lot of people don't like this. Green Lantern Corps has also been described as Lethal Weapon in space, and it will also star Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart as its main characters. Boy, I know how this is going to go, so I'll start off with Tisha. Tisha, what do you think of this?
I'm not sure.
Do you not know who David S. Goyer is?
No.
Okay, that explains it.
God bless you.
What have they written? What have the writers written?
Okay, let's go over David S. Goyer's.
Okay.
Blade.
Okay,
Blade
so David S.
2.
Goyer, he has Blade 2, Kickboxer 2. Wait, no, what he's actually written? Okay, yeah, Kickboxer 2, The Puppet Masters, Crow, City of Angels, Dark City, Mission to Mars, Blade 2.
I didn't even know he did City of Angels.
Blade Trinity. He directed Blade Trinity.
Okay.
He directed Blade Trinity and wrote Blade Trinity. Batman Begins, he was a writer on. Good for him. He directed The Invisible. Let's see, he wrote...
Wait, the movie.
He's
directed that?
Yeah, he wrote Jumper. Has a story credit. He has a story credit on The Dark Knight. He directed The Unborn and wrote it. He wrote Ghost Rider Spirit of fucking Vengeance. Story credit on The Dark Knight Rises, Man of Steel. He wrote Man of Steel, and so on and so forth. So
that sounds like he could go either way.
Yeah.
That does sound like he could go. David Goyer is very hit and miss. Sometimes he hits, and sometimes he writes Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. So,
so I mean, I guess give him the benefit of the doubt then, and see.
I don't. He's dead.
Well, I mean, if he can do some good stuff and some bad, he
had his chance.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know. I think everybody
Tisha, I see what you're saying. I've been keeping up with this, or just this. David S. Goyer is coming to a lot of projects, and most of the time he just messes it up. And I think the reason why Dark Knight trilogy, that what he had to do with that did so well was because Christopher Nolan was there, or Jonathan Nolan too.
Okay.
Okay, Darren, what are your thoughts?
No, God! No, God, please, no!
How stupid can Warner Brothers be? They're so...
Okay, so, just getting that out of the way, because I don't want to actually scream. I don't fucking like this idea at all. Look, let me just talk with a positive right quick. Look, Lethal Weapon in space, sure. Hal Jordan, because Hal Jordan to me is the Green Lantern, and Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, sure. David S. Goyer, fuck no. I don't know who the fuck Justin Rhodes is. I hope you're doing good, man. I don't know either of you personally, but David S. Goyer, one of the main reasons I fucking do not like Man of Steel is the structure of that story. You introduce ideas, then you fucking throw them away. Look, he's a good idea guy. He's a great idea guy. But once you bring him in for an idea, throw him off a fucking bridge and just have him swim back to the fucking studio and then get the movie made while he's doing it. Fuck this guy. I do not want him involved in the DC universe at all going forward. I don't like his story structure. I don't like his producing. If he fucking directs it, I don't know. I might change the Hollywood sign. I might change the Hollywood sign to something even worse. I don't want this guy in the. I don't want this guy in the room. I don't want this guy in the fucking parking lot. Please get him off of this project. I don't like this at all.
I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Exactly. They don't know what they're thinking. Because they can push them around, because they can do whatever they want, because they won't hire people that they will let actually do what they want. They just hire shrills that it's like an abusive relationship. It's like David S. Goyer is like what's his name? David Ayer, and they're just a bunch of shills that won't do anything because they want to work on these movies, and then they're just selling their souls to the fucking devil, basically. It's like, have some respect for yourself.
They know what they're getting into because Ben Affleck had to get fucking Chris Terrio to rewrite fucking Batman v Superman. What? Why would you hire a writer you already had to throw out his screenplay for?
Because they can push him around.
I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
They don't.
I don't know.
I mean, this movie, I don't think this movie will happen, so. I think Lethal Weapon Space sounds cool, but if it was what's his name? If it was Shane Black doing it, sure, but it's David S. Goyer. And I don't know about Justin Rhodes.
I mean, Justin Rhodes, I looked up his IMDb. He doesn't really... I mean, IMDb is not also always the most credible
I think he wrote like one of Guillermo del Toro's more recent movies that he's working on, so that could be good or bad, depending on how that goes.
He doesn't really have that many credits. But,
okay, well, Peter Dinklage is in Infinity War. We don't know who he's going to play. Darren, what do you think?
Oh, well, back to things I can actually get excited about. I like this. Because Peter Dinklage is cool. And Infinity War is my most anticipated film, like, ever. So, yeah. I don't know who the hell he's going to play. A lot of people are pointing out MODOK, which that has... Like, you know how people say a grain of salt? That has half a grain of salt. Because, like, in the commentary of Winter Soldier, one of the writers, he was just like, I would love... No. I think he did this... I think it was an interview after Winter Soldier, and he was just like, I would love to do MODOK. But of course, they're writing Infinity War, so who knows? MODOK might show up. But I don't know who he's playing. I just hope he's playing someone interesting. I would actually like to see him maybe play a good guy. That'd be kind of cool. But
that would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm excited.
Okay, Tisha, what do you think?
I think I'm excited about it a little bit. I just saw like I've seen him in X-Men. And I've seen him in, like, some stuff that he's done and everything. And then I just started, like, the first episode of Game of Thrones. So...
Fuck yeah. Love Game of Thrones.
So, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what he does.
I have a Game of Thrones shirt on right now. Just thought I'd point that out.
So I'm excited to see what he does. And I have no idea who he would play. So, that's just me. I honestly have no idea who he would play because I just don't. Because again, I'm not a comic book reader. I just, watch stuff. And that's about it. But
nice.
But I think that I think he's a good actor. I do. I enjoy his acting, so I think whoever he plays, he will do a wonderful job if he's given the right script. That's how I feel. Short and simple.
Awesome. Will, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think MODOK is probably a good theory as to who he might be playing. But again, that's kind of only based on his size, which I guess maybe isn't fair. I mean, he did a good job playing Bolivar Trask, who isn't traditionally a midget, so... whatever. He could theoretically be anyone, I guess. I like Peter Dinklage. He's a great actor, so I'm interested to see what they give him and what he does with it.
And last and certainly least, Miller, what do you think?
I think it's great because Peter Dinklage is in a lot of shitty movies, so it's good that this one will probably be a good one. He's in and he won't be selling himself. Or maybe not selling himself short, but it's just good he got a good movie and not like the boss or... Oh, I didn't even mean that as a hype joke.
You heard
it's
yourself.
Good that
You heard it here first, folks. He's going to be playing a hooker in Infinity War.
Yeah, it's just good that he's going to do a movie like this and not like The Boss or something. Like, oh god.
Yeah.
He's really talented, and best part about it, or one of the best parts.
Well, according to the Hollywood Reporter, cut that out. You got me confused here, Darren.
My bad.
Okay, next topic. The trailer for the movie Chips was released. I didn't even know what this movie was until Will started freaking out about the trailer being released. So, Will, since you're the big Chips fan, what do you think?
Well, I am a big Chips fan. Growing up in the 80s, I remember watching it when I was a very, very small child. I don't remember how long it ran, but I don't think I caught it in first run. I think I caught it in reruns because I remember it being on in the afternoon. But yeah, I'm a great fan of the show. I was really excited for this movie. I've been following the development for years. Even back when, originally it was supposed to have Wilmer Valderrama in it. That said, I think the movie looks fine. I think it looks like it'll probably be funny. It looks very 21 Jump Street-ish, but it isn't Chips, okay? It isn't Chips, and I really feel like I kind of wish they had done what 21 Jump Street did and take the premise of the original show and then do something new with it with new characters. I think that's why 21 Jump Street didn't really piss off the 21 Jump Street audience, people that were fans of the Johnny Depp show in the 80s, because it was very reverent to the Johnny Depp show. It had Johnny Depp and, I'm forgetting his name, Peter DeLuise, had them, gave them cameos in it, playing their original characters, and it was about two new characters. Now this seems to just be almost like a parody of the original Chips. And I think this movie is shooting for a specific audience, and that audience is not the Chips audience. So I don't see this movie being very successful. I think it's going to be a colossal failure. I think it'll be worth a few laughs, and I'll probably enjoy it well enough. But yeah, it's I think there were a few missteps here after seeing the trailer.
Okay. Tisha, you seem to hate it, so what did you think?
I hate it. I haven't seen the show, so I can't sit there and say like I would absolutely hate this. But I can say that I hated the last film that Dax Shepard and his wife tried to do together, Kristen Bell, When in Rome. So, they don't have a very good on-screen chemistry. I'll say that right now. But I do like the guy that's in the film with him. So I loved him in Ant-Man. I loved how he told the story. So I'm kind of conflicted a little bit. But I guess I will wait and see, but I might not see that in theaters. I think I'll wait and rent it or something. I definitely don't think I'll see it in theaters.
Okay. Miller, what did you think?
It looks pretty bad. There's a weird amount of like how they made the jokes like multiple times and it was not funny anytime. How they're like, oh, can't touch a man's crotch. It's just like,
yeah.
Are you 5 or something? Like, get the fuck over yourself. This isn't 2005, like someone said in the comments. Like, just. But I think I think it's a bad sign though that they released this trailer in January now, and the movie comes out in March. That's not good. So I think I agree that. I think I can't remember if I laughed that much, but yeah, I think I don't. It might do like I could go either way in terms of how it does at the box office, but I don't expect this to be a good movie.
Okay, Darren, what did you think?
I laughed. Like once or twice.
How many times?
But but I agree with Will. Honestly, I think it looks fine. I mean, like I said, I laughed a few times. I like Michael Pena. That's honestly one of the reasons I don't want this movie to fail is because I like Michael Pena a lot.
Yeah.
Dax Shepard can be
funny,
really funny, and he also married Kristen Bell, so he has it going for him, But yeah, I mean, I agree with Will. It looks fine.
Did you say he was married to Kristen Bell or Christian Bale?
Kristen Bell.
Which one do you think he said?
Well, I think it looks fucking terrible. I agree with Miller. It looks like a fucking movie. It looks like a fucking movie from like 2005. It looks like a fucking It looks like Dax Shepard went to a fucking 6th grade class or something and was like, "Hey, when do you want to write my script for my movie?" And they're like, and someone just fucking raised his hand and just hands him some paper, and he's like, "Cool, write this down and hand it to me tomorrow." And I'm just,
Well, Dax Shepard is an overgrown man-child. I mean, he does have the humor of a 12-year-old, so...
Yeah, it looks pretty fucking terrible. Anyways, we'll go ahead and move on. We got some Deadpool news. Deadpool 2 is going to see Negasonic Teenage Warhead and Colossus return, along with it's going to have some X-Force setup sprinkled in it, as according to the writers. They said, and I quote, "There's a responsibility we have to the X-Force universe, and I do think we will not disappoint the fans going into Deadpool 2 and then setting up X-Force and beyond." I have a lot of thoughts on this, but Will, what do you think?
I don't know that I'm really that excited about seeing Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead again, because we've seen that. We did that already in the first one. One thing with a movie like Deadpool that you really have to be cautious of is to just not do the same thing again, and to not just hit the same beats that you already hit, and to not just make the same movie. So this doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence that they understand that they shouldn't be making the same movie over again. I mean, that said, I really like the Negasonic Teenage Warhead character. I wasn't really a big fan of Colossus that much in Deadpool, but I mean, he was fine for the Deadpool movie, but I really like the X-Men Colossus a lot better, Daniel Cudmore. But yeah, I mean, again, this is something they're going to do whether they have my approval or not, so hopefully they don't muck it up, but it's just not what I would have gone with.
Okay. Miller, what do you think?
I think it just depends how they do it. The X-Force thing kind of sounds worrying, because, like, okay, yeah, they're going to they could be more worried about setting up more X-Force movies or more stuff, as opposed to just making a Deadpool movie. As for Negasonic Teenage Warhead and Colossus being back, that's cool. I thought they worked really well. I never really liked Colossus that much. Like, he didn't really do for me until, like, it wasn't really the actor's fault, it's just what they gave him in the movie. But I actually liked him in Deadpool. I thought he worked like the way he should work. So I'm interested to see what they do with those characters again.
Okay, I also forgot to mention that the writers also said that they're going to be introducing a lot more characters in Deadpool 2. Darren, what do you think of all this?
I laughed because it's just when Will said, whether or not they have my permission. Can you just imagine if they heard this? They're just like, he said we can't do it, guys. We can't bring him in again. Change the scripts. But I like, okay, first and foremost, I do like that Colossus and Negasonic are coming back. I really like those characters. I would like for Negasonic to be in New Mutants, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for, and I was really disappointed when she wasn't in the announced New Mutants cast. So
yeah, I would, because I want to get to know her a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, I do share Will's fear. That's my only real big fear of Deadpool 2. I don't want to see the same movie again. I really don't. I want to see them do something different. I think that's what Tim Miller was trying to do. He was trying to do something different. So I just want to do something different. Look, it's always risky bringing in a lot of characters to your sequel. And introducing, we've seen it fail, we've seen it succeed. It's risky, but it's really just up, it's up to the writers. If they want to, because, one of their quotes is kind of weird. It says, it's the purpose is not to set up X-Force, it will likely set up X-Force. What? So, it's just like, what? But, I don't know, because, Captain America, for example, Captain America the Winter Soldier, when that movie was being announced, and they were announcing cast member after cast member after cast member, I was like, what the fuck is going on? But it was still a Captain America movie, and each character played their part, each character progressed the plot and played their part where they were supposed to. So, and they were used in a way that, progressed the plot. I just said that. Oops. But yeah, it just matters on how they introduce them and how they use them, so it doesn't overshadow Deadpool and it doesn't feel like a completely different movie. Because I don't want this to be X-Force .1 or whatever, so.
Okay. Tisha, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard for them to, capture the magic of the first one. It was a new concept of, not a completely new concept of, speaking to breaking the fourth wall, but it was new, it wasn't something that was done a whole lot, and it wasn't ever done in comic book movies. So, I'm afraid that with them making a second one, it's just going to be overdoing it, if that makes sense. Because there were times when it seemed a little over the top, which makes sense because it's Deadpool. Megasonic. Teenage Warhead. Yeah. Teenage Warhead. I think she was funny. I think I think one of my favorite parts is when she's just like, "Wait, hold on, I gotta finish tweeting this. Okay, I'm done. Let's go." She does things on her own time, And I think Colossus didn't have much character. The Teenage Warhead basically was just like any other teenager who, is just like, I don't give a shit. I'm just gonna do this and do the bare minimum, but it's going to be fucking awesome when I do it. You know what I mean? So I like the characters, but I feel like they're almost one note for the film. And I feel like Deadpool could possibly become one note for his films, and that's why I don't like sequels. But, they might prove me wrong and do a really amazing job with it.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm afraid of happening, is the one note thing, because it feels like a one trick pony type situation right now.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I'm just whatever on it. I really don't want that. I know he said that the movie wouldn't be an entire X-Force setup movie, but y'all know how things go with people saying things, and yeah, I hope it's. I don't want this movie set up X-Force, and I don't want this movie to have a lot of characters, because what made Deadpool so good was that it was just a movie. It was just a movie. It didn't have to come off of anything. It didn't have to set anything up. It was just a movie. And I hope that they're not going to take everything that was good about the first movie and just reverse it and make just a shitty blockbuster. But I don't know. We'll fucking see. I also wanted to talk about Deadpool's Oscar chances. Deadpool surprisingly has... would it technically be the most awarded comic book movie of all time?
What do you mean?
Are you asking us
with awards and stuff? Yeah. Would it technically be that?
I'm going to say right now, Deadpool's getting nominated for Best Picture.
It's not.
It's getting nominated for Best Picture. It is.
It's got nominated for every other guild.
It's going to get nominated.
Is a good indication.
Yeah, it's going to get nominated for Best Picture, and it's probably look, guarantee. Fuck it, I'm guaranteeing both. It's going to get a writer's credit, and it's going to get a writer's nomination, and it's going to get nominated for Best Picture. If they have 10 nominees this year, look, if they have 8 nominees, that's a different story. If they're going the full 10, he's getting nominated this year.
Oh, fuck. I cannot believe that humanity has come to this, where Deadpool's first fucking comic book movie nominated for Best Picture. Like, where the fuck was the Academy with Watchmen?
But, guys, like...
Watchmen.
With Dark Knight, yeah, like...
Well, Dark Knight, they only had 5 nominations that year, so... That's
yeah,
fine.
like, if it had a bigger nomination... If it had a bigger nomination, then yeah. And the thing with Watchmen... Maybe if they actually submitted Watchmen and if they actually marketed it better, because the marketing for Watchmen wasn't good. Like, I don't think people knew what that movie was.
Also, the reviews weren't like that great for Watchmen.
Yeah, so I don't think people knew exactly. I love Watchmen, but it's just like I don't think people knew what the hell that movie was. And we're just living in a different time now, and also like with all these awards, they're not just handing them out. People in the industry liked Deadpool. We just have to like people liked Deadpool. Yeah. They loved it. I mean, these awards are warranted. People really like this movie. So, I mean, I think it will get nominated for an Oscar.
I think if anything, it most likely has the chance of being nominated for Best Actor. Or Best Actor, Best Picture, Best Adapted Screenplay, maybe Best Costume and Makeup.
Yeah, maybe with that.
I think Ryan Reynolds could get nominated for Best Actor, but I don't know. I don't see it getting nominated for Best Picture, but...
I really agree with Dylan. Deadpool was a great movie. It was a great movie. And if you're just talking about superhero movies, yeah, there's a case to be made about it being the best superhero movie of last year. But it's not an Oscar movie. It's just not. It's certainly not Best Picture, Best Director. It's just not that.
What do you consider an Oscar movie, Will?
A movie that has substance, and Deadpool didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
A movie that brings new things to the industry, and Deadpool didn't do that either.
I thought you were going to say something. Well, it did bring... Look, is it as risky as some people say? No, it did, but it did bring that R-rated flavor to a superhero movie. And I like the... I mean, not a movie... Hello? What?
He's brought it back, he means. Not that it was the first one, but...
Yeah, I'm not saying it's the first one, but it's like post-Avengers and everything. I'm glad that it kind of brought that back. And they made a Deadpool movie. A lot of people thought we were never going to get this. They made a Deadpool movie, and they made it work. And people embraced it and liked it, so that was pretty cool as well. But yeah, I mean, I'm just glad. Like is Deadpool my favorite comic book movie of last year? No, but I would like them to. It's just different, you know. Like, not every single Oscar movie has to be some really sad, melodramatic. Oh God, I'm dealing with the death of my family. It doesn't. Not every single movie has to be that, and introducing Deadpool into that mix.
La La Land isn't.
I know La La Land isn't, but still, La La Land kind of still fits, in their own way, still fits that bill.
I don't agree with that at all, that every Oscar movie has to be sad and melodramatic and blah, blah, blah. Rocky wasn't that. Rocky was about hope. Rocky was about giving it your best. Rocky was about just getting in there and doing it and giving everything you have to whatever your life ambition is, whether it be boxing or anything else. Rocky was a movie about hope, and it won Best Picture, and deservedly so. I just don't think Deadpool has the kind of substance that warrants it being nominated for Best Picture.
And I think we can all agree that Suicide Squad is much more deserving.
Yes,
of that
it is.
nomination.
Definitely. I mean, Suicide Squad, like, the amount of characters and the music, guys, like, the way he used soundtracks to introduce each and every scene, it was incredible. And he's like, when Amanda Waller shows up, they play the Devil song, and then when they're flying, they play the Spirit in the Sky song. And the editing was amazing. And, like, how Jared Leto rivals Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal in Silence of the Lambs with his screen time.
I mean,
I feel like I need to go cut my tongue out. I'll be right back.
It truly baffles me how Suicide Squad is not getting the recognition it deserves.
I know, right?
Deadpool is just...
Mm-hmm.
Or why Deadpool? You know?
I mean, David Ayer made it for the fans.
He made it
Yeah.
for the fucking
He made
fans.
it for
What did
us.
Tim Miller make
What
it
the
for?
fuck?
What did Tim Miller make it for? Nothing. He didn't make it for anything.
I know, right? He's made it for
A
money.
paycheck. That's what he made it for.
God.
He made it for money. David Ayer made it for us. He made a good fucking movie. Fucking Tim Miller just made it for himself and for money.
Yeah, and I don't see a lot of other movies that get 2 editions. You know, we got 2 fucking
Those are-
versions of the
They
thing.
get 2 editions. Jesus Christ.
Shit.
And what kind of movie gets if you do get an extended edition? What kind of movie gets an 11-minute extended edition? Like usually they're like
That
15,
serves
20,
that
but this
honestly
is about
kind
11.
of serves one character. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
come on.
I mean, it's amazing.
I know. And where's Jared Leto's best actor award, huh? You
Yeah.
I don't know.
He sent
I don't know.
He sent like chopped off dicks to people and shit. You know, because that's what the Joker does, right? He sends used condoms and bullets to people, right? That's what makes him threatening, right?
That's what the Joker's always
you
done
know?
since 1939. That's what he's always done. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't
he's
get
some weird sex perv, you know? That's Jared Leto finally got that. He finally got that idea of the Joker.
I'm just letting you know, Academy. If Suicide Squad does not get nominated and does not win for Best Picture, I'm fucking coming for you.
I am sending you
fucking
a
on.
very strongly worded letter with all red font.
Mm-hmm.
I can't take this right now. You know what? David Ayer was fucking robbed. Anyways, I'm so fucking triggered right now that we've got to stop. I can't do this anymore. Fuck the other topics. We're done. If I've got to calm down. If you want to visit our website, go to tillthelastcredit.wordpress.com. You can go follow us on Twitter at David Ayer is God. You can go follow us on Instagram at Suicide Squad is Masterpiece. You can go like us on Facebook at Warner Brothers is doing everything correct. Okay. Anyways, guys.
Contrary
that'll
to
do it for
our
today's-
previous thoughts on this podcast, Warner Brothers is doing everything right.
Everything. And if you want to see more about how Warner Brothers is doing everything right and about how David Ayer is God, go check out our website and go check out our social medias. So until next time, guys, make sure you pray to David Ayer tonight. Good night.
Hashtag fuck
I will be.
Marvel.